Tell me about yourself. Hello, my name is Myungji Seo, and my English name is Amy. So just you can call me Amy easily. I am a student at Yonam University. My major is international business trade, and my personality is active, and I like to hang out with other people. In web-based class, the happiest time is when we met together and talk to each other. I also like to tell my stories to others, and so my dream is to become a buyer. I want to achieve good results by combining training with my personality, who enjoys meeting other people. What are your strengths? My strengths are laughter and reactivity. I also have a good grasp of the situation. I like to listen to other people's stories and go well with them. I get the eyes and listen to the speaker. They say thank you more for listening than they say it's burdensome. Even in my current part-time job, I always treat my customers kindly and help them recommend food and explain the menu. I feel really proud and grateful when they tell me that the food was delicious when the customers went. What are your weaknesses? My weakness is that I ask a lot of questions to other people's, and to put it in a bad way, I always walk on eggshells around them. For example, when choosing just simple lunch menu, I tend to ask, "Are you okay with spicy food?" and adjust myself a lot to other people because my friend might want to eat something spicy if he doesn't. But because of my personality, I can easily ask other people questions or things that I'm not good at. How did you prepare for this interview? For this interview, I thought a lot to show you as much of me I could in a short time, so I tried to answer a lot by taking my experience as an example. I tried to fix the wrong English pronunciation through the Google Translator application. Can you tell me why you'd like to study in our program? I think people should study constantly. The study may differ from person to person, but I have always wanted to go abroad and communicate with the people of various cultures. So my goal is to broaden my thinking through this program. How do you think this program can give benefits for your future? I think this program will be a big turning point for me. Life is a series of experiences. It's a phrase I use a lot when I'm trying to new challenges. I think it's important to build knowledge through a variety of experiences and learn and feel the actions required in each situation. Based on what I've learned from my university lectures, I think I will have a little more practical experience that I won't be able to learn at school. I'm going to go directly into the company and I'm going to learn from myself and I'm going to grow a step further in my knowledge of what I didn't know and in the process of overcoming it. Tell me about a time when you had a disagreement with a colleague. How did you deal with it? I visited America with my friend in August. While making plans for the US, my friend and I found that we have a different perspective on travel. She enjoyed a long, relaxing trip to one place, and on the contrary, I wanted to visit many places in a day and go to some popular places. My friend and I met and talked for a long time. Instead of trying to persuade each other, we just had a simple time talking each other. So we made a trip to the United States, one day for relaxing and one day for a tough schedule. So we all could be satisfied. It was very good. Do you prefer working alone or in groups? I prefer group activities because I can share more people's thoughts than when I was alone, and I can see things that I didn't think of as a result of various opinions. How much training do you think you will need to become a productive worker? I think it's 2 weeks because there are many things I don't know because there are still many things I that I don't know about computer. The department I want to go is trade. I heard from senior members that organizing and reviewing documents are very important. So I have to deal with computer files carefully and to make them perfect. I'll need training in computer skills and language learning. Tell me about a time you achieved success in a group. What was your role? What was the outcome? When I was a freshman in college, I had a student council activity. I was in charge of public relations at the student council. The public relations department uses Facebook page to make news about the department and to make posters for various events. First, to host the event, many students need to participate, so our student association thought promotion was the first important thing. I created posters under the ideas of my student association friends and focused on promoting them through Facebook and blogs. I asked my friends to participate in the event. As a result, the number of students attending the event was higher than last year, and we were able to hold the event more interestingly. Mm. What's your long-term employment or career objective? My goal is to become a buyer. I love to meet and talk to a variety of people and I want to make sure that things work out. Therefore, I'm improving my communication skills by communicating with many students in English in real stone. How would you describe yourself as a worker? I want to describe myself as quick hands because I'm faster than others. Even where I'm currently working part-time, I'm often told by people who work with me. So that's why I call myself fast hands. Do you consider yourself a self-starter? Or if so, explain why. My parents started working together when I was young, so I used to spend a lot of time alone at home and I used to do household chores when my parents weren't at home. When my parents praised me after finishing washing the dishes, I was very happy and remembered that I helped housework harder to hear the praise. Tell me about a time when you made a significant error. What happened? I spilled food on customers' clothes while serving. Things were so busy that the food had to go out quickly, so I was in a hurry to put the food quickly and then spilled in on customers' clothes. I said I was so sorry and brought him the wet tissue. But I couldn't even give the apologize properly and I had to go to the other customers calling. I felt so sorry for the loss of my heart. I apologized again when he was out. He smiled at me just it's okay and saying it was okay to the end. I'm determined not to make a mistake again. How are your computer skills? During this summer vacation, I worked at Yeongnam University Foreign Language Education Institute for a month. I managed students' participation through Excel files and input their scores. But I wasn't very good at Excel, so I asked a lot of questions from my teacher and learned. So I was able to deal with the basic functions of Excel. 엄마 나 숙제 중이야.
앉아?
나가자야지. What motivates you to put forth your greatest effort and why? I'm an easy stimulated person. When I was a high school student, I used to live in a dormitory. So I used to have serious conversations about how my friends lived, how they studied, and what kind of department they wanted to go to. During the exam, I always stayed up all night studying. The reason I was able to stay up all night was because I was motivated. When I went to the bathroom through the hallway, I looked at the light coming out of my friend's room and felt my friend is still studying, then I should study more. I'll do more and sleep. I used to come back into my room and study harder. So through these stimuli and so on, I take myself firmly and try my best to do my job. Describe your most significant success and failure. 아, 잘라야지. My most significant success was my first superior grade semester of sophomore year. Thanks to that, I was able to get a scholarship. My parents liked me very much. When I saw my family happy, I was so more proud. My most significant failure was exchange student program, but I don't call this a failure, it's just an opportunity. Because I learned a lot from that. First of all, I was not ready. It took a long time to go to a foreign country alone to make friends and adapt to class. I often fell into team classes because of my low self-confidence. But I thought if you're frustrated here, you're a loser forever. So, and then I thought differently. I started approaching my friends and asked them what I had to do. When I was active, my friends smiled and greeted me. And when I asked them what they didn't know, they answered me kindly. I realized, don't give up, just let's hit it. What kind of company would you work for? I am a student of the Department of International Trade at Yongnam University. My college classes were perfect for me and it stimulated my desire to go to abroad. So I want to go to a trading company in order to suit my department. What kind of work environment are you looking for? I want to work in an environment where everyone has a free and harmonious atmosphere where they can assert their opinions freely. What kind of people do you enjoy working with the most and why? I love working with everyone, timid, energetic, angry, or all right, because I think meeting people is just important. How do you manage your stress? I try to control my feelings by listening to quiet music. What kind of things do you do in free time? I usually meet my friends in my free time. I meet my friends, chat with them, share their funny things, sad things, and relax and have a good time. What kind of things do you do during your free time to improve your English? I used to watch foreign movies and dramas when I had time. I have watched movies many times, but I used to see them as English subtitles, not as subtitles, to improve my English listening skills. I used to see with Korean subtitles at first, but without English subtitles and finally without subtitles. I followed the actors' accents and pronunciation. I think this study method is very good. Have you studied English? Where did you learn English? Are you studying English now? My parents had a high education fever. Thanks to them, I have been able to learn English since I was young. When I was young, I learned English through house study. So I started to study English and go to a general academy. Yes, of course, I'm still learning English because mastering a language is not possible. To become better, I will sharpen myself enough before going abroad. Have you been outside of Korea? Yes, I went on a trip. When I went to an exchange student for 6 months, I traveled to Spain, Germany, and Belgium. I also went to a resort to Boracay. It was all a good memory.